никого, кроме одного. Никого, кроме его одного.
In Russian?
No. French or English? English. Today
is how the Frierdiker Rebbe told Chag HaChagim. The rest was a quote after 2 on Tesvov Sivan, and he came from Kostroma to Tori the day after it was sent on far spreading Yiddishkeit, came Yud Gimel Tamuz. In the whole arrest, and to say this his freedom was also Lamaila Midarki Hateva. Those who read the Rishimot of the Meiser and the Rebbe, I saw this in Russian, I mean this was in Hebrew, Aleph Beis, but was in Russian. Could see, feel and understand the Tzores and Yisurim that was during this time. Everything is B'Hashgoch Elyeina, and after, and when he was interrogated, they gave him a petek to go to a certain room. When he was going, and he has to turn it right, he decided that to take a rest. In the meantime, was going a sailor, and he stopped by him and asked him from where you are. He told, I'm from Lubavitch. Lubavitch? My childhood was in Lubavitch. And you know, he told me what I remember, that it was to באורות של מים, אצל החוצר של ליבוביץ' ואצל הכומר. אז הכומר, the Pope don't give the permission to come take water.
The wells. From the well?
From the well.
2 wells of water.
And Lubavitch, it was open for all people. So I remember, like, when I was a child, that was coming to Lubavitch, at the hof of Lubavitch, with hammers, take water.
Buckets.
Okay, then after speaking for some time, he told him, and what you doing there? Told him, I don't know. I really don't know why I'm here. I didn't do nothing criminal. And he told me, and to which room you go, give him the petek. He looked on the petek and, what? They send you in this room? Can't be. Tell me, please tell me the truth. What you did? He was shaking when he saw the petek. I thought, I don't know. No, it's something wrong here. You know, stay there a while, I'll go, I'll find out. Maybe it's some mistake. What it was? The petek was that it was a chamber that coming to the chamber, they are shooting people. He was already sent to be shot. But after when the Seder came, and he make, how to say in Yiddish, a tumult, a rush, what happened? What did the rabbi? Which criminal? So they tried the NKVD that he should be, Rahman al-Islam, straight shot, and that's it. Nobody will know about it. So this, what he made him, stopped the whole thing about shooting him. I mean, also, his father, Rabbi Rashab, was telling him on his birthday, with the Tamuz Hasidut, and he told him that Hashem should help, that in your birthday you should say Hasidut v'sheyeh bechesed u'brachamim. And in the prison he met a Jew, not a religion. Anyway, he thought for him a mimer, even he doesn't understand. So, when also what I like to say, that the Ahavat Israel from the Rabbi is Ein L'Shayer. Before the arrest came a young man, not a young man, a married man, and told to the Rebbe that his wife have to give birth, but it's very problems. And he asked him a bracha. So when he came, after almost 3 weeks, with so many Yisurim, sorrows. You know what was his first question? He asked the first question, the first shadow was, what is with the lady that was a problem with to give birth? And this was Shlomo Chaim Kesselman,
Twins.
what I mean, the famous Mashpia in Kfar Chabad. And she gave birth for twins, for 2 boys. I mean, the whole arrest and the whole Geulah of the arrest was not only for him, it was for all Jewish people. Spreading Hasidut. Rabbi Malachovsky, I think everybody knows his famous Chossid. He was in Lager. And he told us, and he, with the hero from the Rebbe, he came to Samarkand. He told us that Mendel was such a person that mostly his upbringing and mostly his work in Avoda was regarding the many matters that was with him in the prison. He told that in the beginning of his prison came to him two people and told him that they like not to irrigate him, but they like to have with him a private conversation. What was the conversation? They told him like this: look, we are professors of Judaic, and we're studying the department of Hasidim and Misnagdim. So we told him, we see that it could be a Misnagdim Sharov. How old is he? 60 years, 70, 75, 5, 10 years, he's dying, and that's it, nothing of Judaism. But Hasidim, they told him, is something special people. You don't understand? They told him like this: it's only one Chosid coming to a city, and the city begin to go. They go, how to say, Chadorim, goes
Upside down.
Transformation.
Revolution. Upside down.
we hear that one place is rumors about to make a minyan. In another place in the city is something speaking about a mikveh. The third place in the city is speaking about to make a little cheder. They told him, Hasidism is like atomic energy. We couldn't understand what this means. So we asked Reb Mendel, so what you answer them? So he told us what I could answer them. They are right. It's really atomic energy. So it was only, I have to say, laughing, smiling only. Because the Klippe, the Sita Achara, they caught the emes. This is Hasidim. This is atomic energy would give the Ingelite. And this is what Hasidus gave all our Ingelite in whole Russia to be, not only to be as a really Jew with highest, with energy, but also to educate the children. When I came to Wien, when I left Russia, so the Jewish agency bought in the suburb of Wien a special building with a little with a little forest and everything. So, as every Lubavitcher, this little boy was 3 years old. This is my son. And he knows already how to make a brocha, to wash the hand, and also the little short of benching, the high pitom zina. So the rabbi in the Jewish agency, it was a stop. Then it wasn't a straight flight from Moscow to Tel Aviv. It was a stop in Russia. So the all Russian people who came from Russia, they were brought to the place, staying 2-3 days, and then go to Tel Aviv to. I was speaking Hebrew because the Chachamim in Samarkand, they were speaking Hebrew. And it was also, even in Samarkand, was also a few Chachamim. 2 of them, even they spoke Yiddish also, because they were studying the Lubavitcher Yeshiva. So the rabbi asked me, he told me, I'd like to ask you some private question. Okay, fine. Tell me, please, I'm looking, you don't have even a gray hair in your beard. I'm looking, the girl that was 7 years was already benching, davening. The boy of 3 years was already to say some brochas. How is it? So already 3 generations under the communist dictatorship. So how it comes? I met here, and he told me, some elderly people learned in yeshiva, some people learned in cheder, but you, such a young man. So I told him, Kved Harav, are you know about the Baal Shem Tov? Told me yes. Do you know about Mezritcher Magid? Told me yes. And so I told him the whole shalshelet of the Rabbeim, including the previous Rebbe. So this is what Hasidut give out to all Hasidic people, the highest, the strength, and this is the life that not only we are people who performing Torah mitzvot, but even the children also continue the shalshelet. Told me. Was quiet, but I told him, do you understand it? Told me yes. I also like, it's some episodes in life that you remember. When I was flying from Moscow, with me was a Jew that told me that he came from Australia to meet him. So, Shabbos after the Suda, I take this boychik and we walked out from the door to make a little walk by the forest. Then I saw staying a Jew, very nice, dressed, but with a big cigar in mouth. Shabbat. Okay, when I see that he having a cigar in the mouth, I decided not to touch him. I mean, something, if he is in a Jewish place with a cigar, Shabbat, so I was waiting some siba, how to begin with him a conversation. What I did, I took this boy and they are walking and looking on him, on their face. One time I was looking, a second time, a third time, Then he told me in good Yiddish, what are you looking at me? Because I'm smoking Shabbat? Oh, if he began this way, I told him, yeah, it's a place that Russian people coming first place in freedom. First place to see a little bit Yiddishkeit, Jewishness. So, I mean, here in a Jewish place, to smoke at Shabbat, so this really wondering me. He told me, what? You'll tell me how I should behave, my behavior? We still remember the mice of Yosel. I don't know if somebody of you know the mice of Yosel.
Schumacher, yeah.
Schumacher, yes.
Kidnapping.
Yeah, that, I mean, in short terms to say that it was a...
Russia, they knew this story?
In the
Russia,
Russian
you knew
papers
this story?
was there, but his was from Australia. But when I read the Russian paper, I told that it's everything is sheker, because I know this in Russia, Emet couldn't be. Everything in sheker at all. So I was quiet. You making the conflicts among our nation. I was quiet. Then we how to say when he all his team gave out came to him closer, put my hand on the shoulder and told him, gentlemen, let me tell you something. Do you know that I'm only this the first Shabbat in the free world? Told me, no, I don't know. Because I was a little beard. This is a second story that I would like to say. Do you, this boy, do you know that he never tested what is naknik? Why? Because in Russia wasn't this. And not kosher, we will not eat. Do you know how that our wives and the children, when we was lighting the candles, they were walking around Erev Shabbat to see if it's no a suspicious person around us. Do you know how it was difficult to bring a chicken? Because we have to go, it was a new city and an old city in Russia. It's in the Uzbekistan, in this area, is two cities. That we have to go to the market to buy a chicken or how it's called, from Hodo, they are big,
Turkey.
a turkey, to take this in the tramway. And sometime in the middle of the Nisia, the chicken make kokareku, and then came the conductor and taking you straight out of the tramway, out, it's not allowed. And then to go back to the shochet, to bring home, how to say, zu flicken, wie sagt man zu flicken, the turkey, huh?
Clean the chicken.
Take out the feathers.
למרות את הנוצות.
And then, not like we have here, Baruch Hashem, you go in store and you're buying gesalzene, gewegte, you have to be salted, you have to be then to waken, till it's come to your mouth, so it takes hours till we could have a kosher piece in mouth. And then I told, holding the hand of his, soldier at all. And you should know that I'm educated as a Chosid of Lubavitch. And the philosophy of Lubavitch that all people we are big neshama. And despite of everything, I love you because you are part of me and I'm a part of you. You know what this was? He took the cigarette, Zarak al Hadama, Lamar the young man. I like to repeat the opposite. That if all the from people will go with this way like you, then there wouldn't be any conflicts between our people. And regarding the beard, I also like to say these few episodes in life. It was soll gesund sein from Tashkent, a young man, Yippe Klein is his name, and he was a big Talmud Chochem. He was a store of books, but in Russia wasn't private stores from the city. So under he was holding a sefer and always was starting learning Torah. Then when he came to Moscow, it was a law that you have to bring Sforim only if it has, if you saw like Vilna's Gemara, they have a name that is it's allowed with the censor. Only Sforim, which is what with the censor. And then to come to Lenin Bibliothek with the list, and then he gave you a stamp that is you could take, and then come to the inspector. So he came to the inspector, it was a basement of kilometers. So the inspector took the list and began to look this for it. Take 1, 2, 3, make a pile of 15 stories, and it was a high pile. And he took a sefer to make another pile, but he didn't took. He took a sefer and zarak al haaretz. What do you think? It's a holy sefer. It's not allowed to, like this, Mizroch kacha. You know, on the floor, you know what he told him? He told him, the young man, it's your temperament, and you religious are wondering why you not bearing a beard. So this come to me, it was what I have here before I left Russia, and I was with a little beard, and I came to him. Regarding Mendel Futterfass, as I told before, everything that he saw in the lager, he would make this in a water. I don't know if you heard, but even if you heard about this, it's a very, very good, simple for us. In lager, wasn't allowed to play in courts. You know courts? Klafim. Cards. And it was a chamber special for the people from the criminal people. And the Shomer was very anxious to know what they're doing now. So it was a big door with how to say, to look in
In a hole, in a hole.
a hole in the door. So take a look in the hole. They playing cards. They playing cards. So you give them a punishment. So he came to the door, a big iron door, a big key, open, key, nothing. He searched them, nothing. Okay, so he came out. In 15 minutes, he liked to know, see again. He come again, I came again to the door, open. No. This was 3 times. After 3 times, he came around and told to the Chevra, I'm promising you that you wouldn't be punished. But tell me, what's the secret? I'm looking, I see you playing cards. I coming, nothing. I searching, nothing. So then one of them told him like this. They have a special person, there's go a special by the Ganovim school. How wie sagt man das auf Englisch? A pickpocket. And they had a school with a jacket, with everything, with rimonim.
Bells.
Bells. And bells on a, wie sagt man Kuppel?
On a doll.
On a doll.
Manka.
On a doll. And he should take out something and put, and the
Bells.
rimonim shouldn't be ringing. So when we saw the first time that he opened the door, he came to the door, was all the cards was in his hand and put in your pocket. So you're looking, you don't have to. When you go to the door, again by the door, taking out. So the whole time was like this. So then Reb Mendel told us, what is the reading in Avoda? Then it was, I don't remember, maybe it was El Tishrei time, I don't remember. So when it's come El Tishrei, Achsidish in German, we have to make a cheshbon a nefesh. So what is the first time he looking? What's in yen? What is in the, wie sagt man Kirchenes?
The pockets of someone else.
The pocket of somebody. What is in his pocket? They forgetting that first thing he has to see his own pocket, not the pocket of somebody else. This was from the thing that was in my mind. Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Da 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 ya 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 ya.